In this video, I'm not only going to walk you through how fitness saved my entire life from degeneracy and self-doubt, but how I was able to take full, complete control of my mind, my body, and how I was able to get that freedom that I needed. But you see, the physique that you see now, the confidence that you see now, I was not always like this. Back in my childhood, I was that overlooked, skinny, insecure little kid who always thought that he was different and that he would never be able to feel good in his own skin. But I told myself enough was enough of feeling like that, and I took action. And then once I took action, everything snowballed, everything changed for me. And that is how I was able to invent a system to where it seems seamless to do. You can enjoy and you can see the fitness results that you want, as well as having the freedom to enjoy life and enjoy your lifestyle. All right, so now I'm going to explain how you will be able to develop a sustainable lifestyle, as well as develop a strong mindset to get that aesthetic, pleasing physique that you were looking for. That way, when you're walking around in public, you can feel better in your own skin, as well as carry yourself differently to where people are going to notice. People are going to notice around you, and they might even ask like how you were able to do it, and then you could show people as well. So the three things that most guys usually fall in the trap of following extreme restrictive diets, intense workout routines, or cookie cutter programs. But then that really leads to temporary success, and then even life happens to where that you are following or you are falling into obstacles throughout your life. And it kind of leads to you lacking discipline and consistency to where you feel like you are struggling because you're not seeing the results that you want because you don't have that consistency and discipline down. And then overall, that's going to lead you to failing and feeling like that it's your genetics or that it's your metabolism or you're just not built for it, or if it's not even the perfect time in order for you to start. That really puts you in a cycle of like spinning your wheels over and over again, whether you're trying to bulk and then cut, or you're cut and then bulking, and then you're just not getting the results that you want. And then you seem to be starting and stopping, spinning your wheels over and over and over again. And that is exactly why that I created the aesthetic growth protocol, because that way that you'll be able to work with your favorite foods, you'll be able to understand how to have your own structured plan that works best for you that I will explain, and then make adjustments as time goes on. Throughout the 4 years that I have been lifting, which I will talk more about my own transformation in a little bit, but I went from 115 pounds with absolutely no confidence. I hated what I saw in the mirror, and I always tried to avoid even just like socializing with people because I couldn't even like I didn't have any social skills or feel I felt like different. I just felt different from everybody else, feeling like why couldn't I blend in or why couldn't I be like them? That was the kind of mindset that I had, and it led me to have like a very negative mindset about myself and just life in general. So the first thing that we focus on is working with your favorite foods, because you want to be able to enjoy your process. You want to be able to have a sustainable lifestyle to where you are seeing results while not sacrificing enjoying life in general, while still seeing the fitness results that you want. The second thing is personalized exercise plans to where you will be able to see really good results and have a structured plan that works best for you, instead of trying to follow somebody on TikTok or Instagram or just in social media in general, your favorite influencers' workouts or their plans that work best for them, thinking that you're going to get the best or the same results. You're going to get better results by figuring out what works best for your body, because everybody's body is different. It does not matter what you think. It does not matter what you see online. Everybody is different. The influencers, the people that you see, or the people that you see in person, they all started somewhere. They all figured out what worked best for them, and they stuck to it for a long period of time. Building muscle is not supposed to be a sprint. It's supposed to be a marathon. It's supposed to take time, but it actually speeds up the process when you actually enjoy what you're doing. And then the final thing is making adjustments over time to maximize growth. Especially when you are a natural, yes, muscle does take time, but that does not mean that you cannot see really good results. As long as you are making adjustments every single week, having a plan for yourself, whether you have to switch up your exercises, your sets, increase intensity in the gym to ensure that you are training hard enough, or if you have to make adjustments to your diet, whether you're trying to be on a calorie surplus to put on muscle or you're trying to lose that stubborn fat and be on a calorie deficit. That is overall going to lead you to not burning out, and then you're going to see legit results. You're not going to see some cookie cutter bullshit results that people always promise you online saying, oh, I've helped thousands and thousands of guys do this with the same plan. No, that's not true. Everybody needs something different. Everybody in some sort of way, some shape, some form is going to be different. And that is going to lead to you having motivation boost. Even though that you should not rely on motivation, you're going to feel more motivated because you're finally going to see the results. You're finally going to see the body changes or the physique changes, and you're finally going to have that mental mindset in order to even keep going in long term. And then enjoying your habits, also noticing, yes, noticing your physique, your mental clarity, your confidence, your energy, they just all transform. It kind of connects the dots into one to where you will be able to enjoy it long term and sustain it. For example, my client right here, he is an example. He lost 53 pounds by just following the aesthetic growth protocol. He went from 205 pounds to 152 pounds. Now, when he first started with me, he was somebody who thought he had to be in the gym like 2 to 3 hours a day, making absolute like completely not training the right way. He thought that he had to sacrifice his favorite foods, his lifestyle in order to see the results that he wanted. And at first, he didn't really mind that. But then he realized that he wasn't enjoying the process and he never got to make this kind of transformation that he made after we worked with his favorite foods in moderation, having him train properly in the gym and not being in there for hours and hours on end, and just overall enjoying the process, making adjustments as time goes on. That is how you're going to get the best transformation. And that is exactly how he was able to develop that. An aesthetic, pleasing physique right here. Like, this doesn't even look like the same person, but it is because he put in the work. He now has structure. He learned structure, accountability, and he learned that discipline and consistency. And then myself as well. So, like I said before, I went from 115 pounds. I had no confidence. I had no social skills. I was tired of what I saw in the mirror. So I decided to start. And now I have now went from 115 pounds to 170 pounds, competing in 2 bodybuilding shows already, winning all my classes, and just overall absolutely just having a whole different perspective than what I used to. Now, how do we figure this out for you? So the first thing that we would do is we would figure out your goal. So whether you're trying to put on muscle, like I had to, going from skinny, trying to put on that muscular frame, or if you're trying to lose that stubborn fat, like whatever it is, whatever kind of goals that you have for yourself, we figure that out. And then the second thing that most people never seem to understand or figure out is what's really getting in your way. Is it your consistency? Is it your diet? Is it your routine? Is it just because you don't know how to go about training in the gym? Or is it about you can't figure out how to balance the gym and getting in your meals with your work schedule? Because most guys, they either have a job, they have a relationship, they're in a relationship, they're going to school, whatever kind of things that you have going on in your life, when you figure out what is actually holding you back, and then that's what we work around. That's what you figure out to see how you can have that best structured plan that works best for you so you can see the results and still do what you have to do. Let's just say that you have a consistency problem and that also that you don't tend to go to the gym a lot because you work a lot. Like, let's just say you work 45 to 50 hours a week, even more, right? Some people work a shit ton and they never seem to understand how they can go about it. Once you figure that out, while having your favorite foods, sustaining your own routine, and developing that long-term mindset, that mindset shift is going to come with time. Once you see the results the first time, your body's going to have like a kind of a rewire in your head to where you're not going to have that mental block anymore, and you're going to be like, okay, like this is actually working. I might as well keep doing it because I figured out a routine that works best for me. When you have that structured plan and you figure that out, everything just completely snowballs and changes for you. I am telling you, that is exactly that worked best for me. That is what best for my client Christian. And that's just how you get the real results and legit results. That's not cookie cutter bullshit that you see online. So imagine if you were able to take control finally of your body, your mind, and your confidence forever. What would your life look like? How would people perceive you? How would people see you, right? How would you feel in your own skin? What kind of confidence would that look like? How would you see yourself in the mirror? How would you look like physically, right? These are all things that you can make happen. Because I did it and so did my client Christian means that you can do it too. I am nothing special. I just developed a structured routine and I figured out what structure really means. And that accountability, that discipline, that consistency all ties together. And that is what the aesthetic growth protocol is and how you will be able to use that for your own life. So here's the deal. You could try and apply everything that you learned to this video on your own. And hey, maybe it does work out for you. But for most guys, it's probably going to sacrifice a lot more time, a lot more months, and even years of you being in the same exact place, starting over and over again and just not getting the results you want. Or option B, you can book a free call with me and then we can go over every single goal and what kind of goals that you were trying to achieve, as well as where you currently are in life. And then if we are a good fit for each other, we will end up working together. Even if we do not, I will lead you in the right direction. But for the first 3 people, I will give them a big discount because I am here to reward those people that are ready to commit themselves and that are serious, because I do not take everybody. I only take a small group of people each time, because not everybody is going to be meant for the job or fit for the job. So go ahead and click the link below if you are ready to finally see a change and you're ready to achieve that dream lifestyle and that physique that you were looking for, that you can go on with for the rest of your life.